Hello everyone, Victor Tanzik here, and welcome to Questions and Answers. First of all, thank you so much to everyone who submitted questions. There were quite a lot. So it goes without saying I won't be able to answer every single one of them, but I have cobbled together a list of the most common questions, plus a few unique ones. Hopefully I'll give sufficient answers, and if I didn't end up answering your question, sorry about that. Maybe I'll cover it in a subsequent video. I say subsequent because I don't expect I'll be able to do all of them in one video. It'll probably be split into parts like my last Q&A videos, but we'll see. Before I continue though, I will say there are a couple of questions I won't be answering. Namely, I won't be answering questions about whether certain characters will be appearing in my series. Not just for spoiler reasons, but also because I just don't know. Maybe I'll find a way to use them, maybe I won't. I also won't be answering questions related to story details. I was quite surprised by how many people ask questions whether Peter will return or not. The reason I won't be answering those questions should be obvious, spoilers. But there is also one broad category of questions that were asked that I will address right here, namely as to the models themselves, the ones that I use. A lot of people were asking, will I be using updated versions of some models? Why am I using this version of model, and why are the versions of some models different from one season to another? Well, the answer to those questions is a little bit shallow in that it all boils down to, do I like the look of the models? And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's not to say I hate the updated versions of the models, it's just my preference to use the ones that I have. Okay, so with all that out the way, let's get stuck into the questions. What's your favorite, least favorite animated movie and why? Favorite, Lion King, because it's Lion King. Least favorite, Emperor's New Groove. I didn't even finish watching it, it was so bad. Which trains model is the worst? I can't really say because I don't think I've come across a truly terrible model. Not yet anyway. Have you ever considered either starting or joining a train site? No. How do we contact you regarding story ideas for future episodes? Usually just leave something in the comments, chances are I'll probably read them. If I like your idea, I'll be sure to put it to use and give you credit for it. Have you ever seen a piece of media so terrible that you just wanted to shout, disgraceful, disgusting, despicable? Yes, the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast. I turned it off halfway through. I just couldn't stand it. What do you get when you mix Mark Twain with bubblegum? A choo-choo Twain. Special thanks to Jet the Hawk 1994 for dropping that one. It was really funny. I just had to include it. Will you ever consider getting voice actors for Stories of Sodor? No. Will there ever be a Stories of Sodor big 90-minute movie? No. What is the most difficult thing about making this series besides scheduling, being motivated to actually work on a video? What made you think of the concept of engines getting married? I just asked myself the question, why not? Are you going to add a character that has a disability? Not really sure about that one, but we'll see. What's your favorite episode of your series that you worked on? I'm rather proud of Diagnosis. What are your inspirations for your series? Other channels, I watch a lot of them, and there's just some really good content out there, so there's no shortage of inspirational material. What's your favorite station in the series? Knapford. Have you ever considered incorporating any story elements of the Magic Railroad movie into Stories of Sodor? I've never seen that movie, so I really can't, although I don't know whether it counts that I've included Lady and Diesel 10. Do you have any interest on doing a live stream? Not really. What's your favorite Sodor short you've done? Adaptation. It was really liberating just going all out with the swearing. 90 minutes later. Your thoughts on the 2021 Thomas reboot? I don't have any thoughts since I won't be watching it, and I haven't actually watched a full season of the show since season 6, I think it was. The design choice, I will say, is very interesting, and I do think it's very unfair how much hate this reboot is getting, considering it hasn't even been released yet. And to say this is the thing that'll kill the franchise, I don't believe that, because if memory serves, the exact same thing was said when the series went CGI, and it's still going. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Have there ever been any CGI/modern era characters that you've considered for your videos? Yes. What are your favorite and least favorite episodes from each season of your series? I'll put a list of those episodes on the screen right now. If you want to read them, just pause the video. What is your PC setup? I'll put a picture on the screen right now of the tax invoice listing all the parts from the place that I bought the computer from. The only change I made to the system is I swapped out the GPUs for a single GTX 1080 Ti. But if you mean what does my overall PC setup look like, I'll put a picture of that on the screen too. What is your routine when it comes to making the scenes? I come up with an idea, I write it out, I record the lines for it, I then jump into Trains and film it as necessary, then take the files, put them in my video editing software, then edit them until I'm happy with the results, rinse and repeat until I've got a full story. Which is your favorite character from your series? Diesel, or Bruce as I've called him. What US locomotive impresses you the most? The big boys. I would love to see one of those up close. Are you going to make remakes of any Thomas and Friends episodes? No. What has inspired you to make this series? Years ago I was browsing YouTube and I came across this video, which I haven't been able to find since, and I can't actually remember what it was called, but basically it was a clip from the Munitions episodes of Tugs using Thomas characters, and I really liked that combination as it just seemed to work so well. And after some digging I realized that there's quite a large crossover between the fandoms of Tugs and classic Thomas the Tank Engine, and I thought, I wonder if anyone's ever combined the two into a full-fledged series, but given the reception my series has had, the answer is apparently no, which I find very surprising, but hey, I'm not complaining. Do you have an idea of how you'd wish to end your series if that time ever came? Yes, that time will come. Do you think there will ever be a day when you feel you'll be comfortable to restart your voice acting career? Okay, I know where this question is coming from. If you've been with this channel for a while, you'll know that about a year or so ago, I made a video saying that I was going through a really bad bout of depression. In that same video, I said that I wouldn't be doing any more voice acting work since I needed to concentrate on, well, getting better. Fortunately, I am better now, and I have been doing voice work. I just don't actively seek it out. And you guys are free to ask just as I'm free to say yes or no. It's just a little difficult to do my series in addition to extra voice work plus my full-time job. So like I said, if you guys want to reach out and offer me a part, well, I'll consider it. How does it feel to have such rapid growth? I really can't believe it. I've said repeatedly, and I'll probably keep saying it, I never thought this channel would be a success. I never thought I'd get the amount of views and subscribers that I have, and I'm extraordinarily happy by how well this channel has gone. What inspired you to correlate the stories with real-time events as well as the TV series and RWS stories? I always thought incorporating real-time events into my series gave it a bit of, well, realism. As for the other references, those are just kind of Easter eggs, really. What's the hardest part of filming the series? The editing. It's just so tedious, but it's the most critical part of it. How do you feel to not have social media like Twitter, Discord, etc.? Very good. I don't need social media or any of the drama that comes with it. Out of all the characters that you've killed off in Stories of Sodor, who do you personally feel like was the hardest to kill off? Adam. What do you like about your fans being inspired from your series? The fact that people are inspired by it. Excluding your own series, what was your favorite project that you've worked on with someone else? I've enjoyed working on all of them. I don't have a favorite. When not working on Stories of Sodor or doing your job, what sort of things do you usually like to do? I quite enjoy a bit of gaming or just lounging around. What sort of things don't you like to do? Go to work. With the huge amount of history that's shown in your series, did you ever do any kind of history lesson during your education years? I did history classes, but that was just part of the curriculum. But I've always had an independent interest in history, and since my series has spanned the decades during some very, very prominent historical moments, I figured this would be a great way to use them. Out of all the places you've visited, what has been your most favorite? To date, that would be Canada. The sheer amount of natural beauty in that country is extraordinary, and the scale of the mountains, whoa. We really don't have anything like that here in Australia. 90 minutes later. Have you ever made your own route in trains? No, every route I've ever used has either been as is or I've made modifications to it. I don't claim to own any of them. How old are you? I'll be 34 this year. My birthday is May 8, 1987. Now, the same person who asked me that question said there was a bit of confusion about my age. Apparently, a lot of people were thinking that I was 42. And I think I know why that is. I'm aware there's a Wikipedia page of me that lists my year of birth as 1978. I didn't write that. I don't know who did. Yeah, hopefully that clears it up. Or maybe I just look older than I am. I'll let you guys judge. Is there any significance to you using the Timothy model for Arthur's ghost back in Season 1? Okay, that question was kind of cobbling together a series of relayed questions posed by one user. I reckon nearly a third of the comments posted on that video say that it's not Arthur's ghost, it's Timothy's. First off, I was fully aware of that when I first made that episode, and the reason why I used the Timothy model is I was kind of capitalizing on the popularity of that creepypasta. Yes, it was just a subtle nod to the character. Okay, I think that's enough questions for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for part 2. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.